What Lives in the Woods, Chapter 33. Poor home all bent. Before I can even think about what the new message means, a crash breaks the silence. I scream. Leo runs to my door, stubbing his toe on something in the darkness along the way. Ow, ow, ow! He's jumping on one foot now, hobbling further into the hall. I follow him, my heart hammering against my rib cage. Mom and Dad's door flies open. Mom emerges first, then Dad. I shine my phone light toward them, tipping it down when they shield their eyes from the brightness. What was that? Did you two hear something? Dad shouts, jogging towards the stairwell that leads downstairs. I swallow through the thickness in my throat. Of course we heard it. If I didn't know what kind of house we're staying in, I'd think a plane crashed into the roof. I'm going to check downstairs. Dad takes a few steps in that direction, but stops when I call his name. The ballroom, I say. I think it came from the ballroom. Just then the hallway lights flip on. Leo startles so hard that he loses his one-leg balance and topples to the floor. Mom rushes away from the light switch to help him up. You go ahead and check downstairs. I'll go look around upstairs in case Ginny is right. Dad's face wrinkles up like it does when he's concerned. I don't think that's a good idea, honey. Mom laughs. It's fine. We're not dealing with the boogeyman here. Right. We'll just go with her, Leo offers. Do you think you'll be okay downstairs alone? Wordlessly, Dan marches back into their room and comes back with the same heavy silver candlestick he had a few nights ago. I held the record for the most home runs in Little League when I was 8. I think I got this. I laugh. None of this is funny, but seeing my parents trying to be brave even when they're scared is hilarious. It's just one more thing about being an adult I'm not looking forward to. If I have kids someday and they tell me there's a monster under their bed or in their closet, we'll probably just have to move. Dad chuckles and heads downstairs. I grab my notebook and follow Leo and Mom down the hall. You two don't have to come up with me, Mom says, pausing at the base of the steps. I promise I'm not afraid of a few bumps in the night. Leo slides the camera back onto his head and straightens it the best he can. The red light is flashing again. I'm not either. Mom looks bewildered. Are you filming? For heaven's sake, Leo. I'm in my pajamas. It's a good idea, I tell her. If there's damage up there, won't you guys need to be able to show the owner people what happened? I hope Mom buys this excuse. Really, I just want another chance to capture something strange on Leo's camera. Exactly, Leo says excitedly. Don't want them to blame me and my basketball like the other hotel did. I cross my arms over my chest and give him a dirty look. They were right to blame you? You totally broke that window? My brother opens his mouth to argue, but Mom shakes her head. Enough, you two. Let's just go get this over with so we can all go back to bed. Leo grumbles and turns on the light switch. The narrow space brightens. I can't help but notice how dark the ballroom looks at the top, like a gaping black hole. And we're walking straight into it. The hairs on the back of my neck rise. I loosen the fists my clammy hands are curled into and shake them out. I'm going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. You want to follow her? Leo whispers. I shake my head and rub away the goosebumps on my arms. You go next so you can get a clear view. Make sure you video the whole room. There could be a clue we missed when we were up here before. He nods and takes the stairs 2 at a time to catch up with Mom, who is already standing at the top. When we reach her, the first thing I see is Mom's open mouth. Her jaw is dropped, her eyes wide, as she focuses on something in the distance. I turn the lights on, the air hissing out of me when I see what she's staring at. One of the big windows set into the angled ceiling is broken and a tree limb is sitting on top of Mom's baking supplies. The boxes that hold her things are crushed. Bits of wood and leaves are scattered throughout the room. How in the world? Mom breathes, approaching. Mom, be careful. Leo points at the shards of glass littering the floor. Mom sidesteps them, crouching down next to the boxes. I do the same, wincing at the destruction. Wooden utensils are snapped in half, bowls are shattered, and Mom's precious mixer, the one I only recently wished she'd never bought to begin with, is mangled. She picks through things carefully, eventually saying, "Well, this is bad luck. Must have been a dead limb. Too bad it fell right over this window. Looks like most of my things are ruined." "Most of them?" I croak out feebly. I feel terrible. Even though I don't love Mom's new cooking hobby, it makes her happy. The fact that the shadow people just took that away from her is wrong. "I'm sorry." I turn to look at Leo. His lips are downturned as he surveys the mess. "It's okay. Nothing we could have done about it." She maneuvers around the glass to the broken window. A gentle breeze is wafting through it, filling the stale room with humid, sweet-smelling air. I just can't believe this. If this limb had broken off the tree and fallen just a few feet that way, she gestures to the left, it would have fallen on the roof and not the window. "It's not that windy either," Leo adds. "Wouldn't it have to be really bad weather to cause that?" "Not if this is connected to the typewriter message we just got," I think to myself. Poor home all bent. I imagine spaces between the words, mouthing them slowly. Poor home all bent. This message plays on a loop in my mind. Even though it isn't as scary as the first one was, it's still bad, especially since it showed up right before the limb crashed through the window. I open my notebook and scribble down my thoughts before they get away. Poor home equals Woodmore. All bent equals broken window. Was this message another warning? If it was, then Mom's busted kitchen supplies could be payback because we haven't left Woodmore yet, or because we were prowling around in the ballroom when something or someone doesn't want us here. Nobody got hurt tonight, but that doesn't mean it won't happen eventually if we stay. Mom shrugs. Maybe, maybe not. The tree could be damaged or sick. This limb could have been ready to break at any time. But it does seem strange. She trails off. The first sign that Mom might be getting suspicious about Woodmore. She should be. It's obviously not just out to get me anymore. It's after all of us.